Good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely picture perfect for a game of this nature. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Yes, Peter, it's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest. And I'd be prepared to settle for a...
Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Good strike, quite an alarm.
Hernandez. Conte. Hernandez.
Griezmann. Pavard. That is Conte. And here's Kante. Cut out in the nick of time. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Digne. Pogba. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Pogba. And here's Ben Yedder. He's had a shot! He just whacks it away. Just off target. Hernandez attempts a clearance. Gets the better of his man. Pogba spreads it towards the left, and it's Digne. Conte. And here's Griezmann. And the finish! An absolute thunderbolt! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And France are in front. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it. A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, and they know there's plenty of work left in this one, Peter, before...
Towering header! Hit with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Griezmann. And the weighted pass. Digne. Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. That is Conte. Griezmann. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. Let down by a lack of accuracy. That has sent him sprawling. Pavard. Griezmann. Out to the left it goes. Conte. Kante drives it forward. Plays it through. Iñigo gets flagged offside. Pavard. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Hernandez. Kimpembe. And it's Griezmann. Pogba. It's come through. It's Ben Yedder! That could spell trouble. Here comes the corner. No, he didn't quite meet it right. So that's going to be another corner. Cleared away. And here's Pogba. Pogba goes through the middle. He's gone for it. Griezmann. France given another corner. And this could be the final action of the first half. Tries to get it clear. Hernandez. Conte. Well positioned to make that interception. We hit half-time, so there you have it, a close-fought half of football, one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, that certainly pleased the fans, and the players are definitely happy with that scoreline. The question is now, can they protect it?
France head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. So we're already into the second period. France carrying a 1-goal lead. Conte. Griezmann. Conte. Oh, it's Kante. Pavard. Pogba. And it's Griezmann. Griezmann. Oh, it's one! Good challenge, he just stood firm.
We can assume that they've been instructed by the boss to stay in attack.
They're just looking to break, aren't they?
Yeah, the key now is just to get the ball to them as soon as possible.
Ben Yedder. Pogba. Across the field it goes. Mbappe. Griezmann. That intervention was very necessary.
France showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Well, there's no two ways about it. This is what they have to do.
Kante plays it forward. Pogba. Mbappe. Varane battles to win it back. And here's Griezmann. Griezmann. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
And here's Kante. Mbappe! Sticks it away! France are back on level terms.
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. And that has added a whole new... Mbappe! Danger averted for now. That's a foul, no two ways about it. Rafael Varane. Come back to the keeper. Rafael Varane. Moussa Sissoko. Mbappe! And the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Hit into the middle.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Moussa Sissoko. It has got through to him. Rabiot dinks one in. He's had a go! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Martial has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
In for a header! Harmlessly behind. Oh, no, that's not the ball he wanted. And it's Griezmann. Rabiot into the last 5 minutes. Rabiot. Quick glance at goal. Big chance! It's bounced out!
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
And the shot! Oh, that's incredible! Late in the day, this could well be it! And that's it. That was always inevitable. France complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
And here's Griezmann. Coman. Can he dig out a shot? Good stop. Wasn't easy.
Raphael Varane really must have felt he had the measure of the keeper then, but how wrong he was.
And there goes the final whistle. Quite a game, memorable for its fluctuation in fortunes and astonishing turnaround. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Yes, Peter, it's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest. And I'd be prepared to settle for a clash of lesser intensity in favour of lots of flair, skill and plenty of tricks and a few goals. I suspect I've probably overstretched my...
And the finish! Pogba. Digne drives it forward. Ramsey. And it's Rabiot. Has a goal! Hernandez. Out for a throw. Arthur. Rabiot plays it out to the flank. Played back in. Played out to the right. Well, that had to be more accurate. Nicely measured pass. Oh, good interception. Alexandro. Bonucci plays it forward. Arthur. France yet to have a shot on target. He's gone for it! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Digne. Pogba. And it's Griezmann. Ben Yedder. Forward it goes. Now it's Dybala. Hernandez has given away a free kick. Arthur. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Half an hour played now. Ramsey. Goes for goal! Kante tries to get it forward quickly. Arthur. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Conte.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Pavard. Kimpembe moves it over to the other flank. Hernandez. Mbappe. Griezmann. Ben Yedder. And he's cut it out. No goals as yet. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Good challenge, he just stood firm. In towards the middle. He's there to get rid. Cristiano Ronaldo. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Digne.
Juventus really are almost trying to pass the ball through a brick wall at the moment. You can see the sense of anxiety has now shifted to the stands.
And there's the whistle for half-time. So now the team has broken through. They're not going to want to try. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goals. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Already up and running for the second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
And here's Dybala. Cuadrado hoists it forward. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Arthur. Cristiano Ronaldo! Kimpembe attempts a clearance. And here's Ramsey. And the weighted pass. Dipped over the top. Oh, he's got that one wrong. Digne. Digne with the crossfield ball. Hit long and direct. And the ball is out of play. Rabiot. And it's played forward. And they continue each to cancel the other out. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ben Yedder. Well, the pressure is relentless. It's a very, very high press.
Yeah, because it's all about winning the ball back at the earliest opportunity, a trigger by one player for the others to follow and designed to force opposition mistakes.
Conte. Mbappe. Good ball. Shapes to shoot! Goal!
France are so well practiced in the art of keeping the ball through wonderful passing and movement, and a real appetite to ensure it's reflected in their goal count.
A 1-0 lead established.
The perfect display, and the old saying comes to mind: when the going gets tough, etc.
And it's Rabiot. Let down by a lack of accuracy. Rabiot. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. That'll be a corner. Rabiot tries to clear.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Just has to be done.
Mbappe. Bentancur. And here's Morata. Bernardeschi. And it's hoisted clear.
Juventus are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
Hernandez. Hernandez goes looking. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Griezmann. Now it's Morata. Decent looking ball. Going for goal! It's there! Juventus are level!
Oh, the invitation was received with such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, extra time looms now, but that leveller creates great impetus, and they've got to fancy their chances of pinching victory from what looked like the jaws of defeat.
And it's Griezmann. Lobs it in gently.
France showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now. They seem to have lost their sense of direction. It should be higher up the pitch. Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Arthur. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's Ramsey. Juventus don't have many options and time is running out. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Bernardeschi did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again.
Zuma. Tries lifting it over. That's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Yeah, no daylight between these two sides, but I have to say, neither side really did enough to find a winner. They just cancelled each other out.
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time. The action has already restarted. France conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Arthur. Ramsey. Bentancur. Cuadrado. Bentancur. Cuadrado. De Ligt. Alexandro. Arthur. Ramsey. And he's there to cut it out. Pavard. Rabiot with a delicate ball. Bernardeschi. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Bernardeschi. Ramsey. Arthur. Griezmann. That's it for the first period of extra time.
Well, there's plenty of potential for a final twist in this tale. I think there's bound to be some late drama in the final 15 minutes of this epic.
So the last chance to find a winner. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Back into the middle. And here's Morata. Morata. Conte. Longley. Zuma. Across the field it goes. Kimpembe. Coman. Cuadrado cuts it out. Morata, who's set up one goal so far. Bentancur. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Varane clearly cannot believe it, but he is off, and they're going to have to find a way without him.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Now this could be a pivotal moment. Dying minutes, free kick, great position. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Loose ball, who's going to get that? Chiesa. They are right into last chance territory. Driving on, he could shoot here. Juventus have a free kick.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Very little time to go, and they have a free kick in a really promising area. And it would take something pretty special to beat the keeper from this far out. Bernardeschi! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it! Dispatched expertly, nicely done. Having turned the game on its... Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. France have thrown it away. It was in their grasp and they let it go. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
It can be difficult at times playing in front of your own fans if you're not living up to the expectations. And I think with confidence looking a little fragile at the moment, they were playing not to lose more than trying to win, and I think everything was just a letdown because of that.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. A mouth-watering game this between two very high-quality sides. A treat for everybody here.
Yes, Peter, it's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest. And I'd be prepared to settle for a clash of lesser intensity in favour of lots of flair, skill and plenty of tricks and a few goals. I suspect I've probably overstretched my level of greed here.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Casemiro. He gives them some real defensive steel in the middle of the park, Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defences will have to beware of that, and very much so.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Casemiro. Madrid with the majority of possession so far. It is still early. Toni Kroos. Casemiro. Modric. Toni Kroos. Modric.
No efforts on target is acceptable if levels of enthusiasm and energy are good, and they're not.
Modric. And he heaves it forward. Rafael Varane. Sergio Ramos. And it's Hazard. Out to the right. Nicely controlled. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there.
Well, the crowd aren't happy. They wanted a shot and it didn't arrive.
Modric. Marcelo. Benzema. Plays it out to the wing. Isco. And it's Benzema. Benzema. Played down the flank. Oh, that's nice. Casemiro. Valverde. Benzema! A real chance and a real let-off.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
No, that's not the ball he wanted. Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos with the crossfield ball. Benzema. Modric. Valverde. Isco. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. So who can spark this game into life? Casemiro. Toni Kroos. Casemiro. Marcelo. Casemiro. Forward it goes. Oh, nice touch. Isco. Shot at goal! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? Rafael Varane. And it's Modric. And here's Benzema. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. The referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Already up and running for the second half. tight old game so far. Can that change now? Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. Oh, some tackle that. Casemiro. Rafael Varane. Marcelo. Toni Kroos. Casemiro. Marcelo. He gets past his man. Chance! Casemiro. And here's Azar. And it's Azar. Goalless still. Either side really getting onto the front. It's Benzema!
Oh, that was no routine save. The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Marcelo tries to get it forward quickly. Isco. Madrid are leaving men forward, threatening to break.
Well, if they're not putting the work in by getting back, they have to deliver with this tactic.
Modric. Benzema. Oh, that's nice. Good challenge, he just stood firm. It's come loose. Lovely bit of skill. Toni Kroos. Isco. Madrid going about it patiently, perhaps too patiently. Going through. Room for a shot. He's had a go! Oh, didn't catch it right. Casemiro. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. And here's Benzema. Sergio Ramos. Valverde. And it's played forward. And here's Azar.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And it's Toni Kroos. Out towards the flank. Just brushed off the ball there.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's...
And they've been caught out here. He's through the middle. Chance! It is a corner.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
And here's Azar. Cut out in the nick of time.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Five minutes left on the clock.
Well, what we're witnessing now just goes against the grain. They're not going to get back into the game like this.
Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
That's it, we're going to get 30 minutes more.
Yeah, neither side has anything to show for some splendid effort, and they certainly aren't showing any signs of easing off, so we remain optimistic.
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time. Well, we are already up and running again. Valverde. Varane drives it forward. Toni Kroos. Ball's loose, who's getting there? And here's Benzema. Toni, he's gone for it! Oh, real danger here! Finds himself eased off the ball.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
That's it for the first period of extra time.
Yeah, it's still goalless, but will it be a refereeing decision, a mistake, or a moment of magic now that makes all the difference?
And we're off for the final time. So, for the last time, who dares to win? Madrid disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Rafael Varane. Marcelo. Valverde. And here's Hazard. Benzema! He's done very well to get to that.
Benzema sparked a tremendous stop there, and I think it's fair to add, he just wasn't expecting it.
Sergio Ramos switches it towards the other side. Across the field it goes. Sergio Ramos. And back to base. Casemiro. Vinicius Junior. And it's got through. Well played, he saw that coming.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And no surprise, that's a booking. Casemiro. It really is now or never. They need a goal, however it comes. And that is it. There will be penalties.
Yeah, the longer it went on, it kind of became inevitable that it would end this way, and while each defence can be proud, they've got very little say from here. It's up to the keepers now.
So after 2 long hours, it comes down to nerve, to technique under pressure, to penalties. Right on the edge. Feel the moment. Benzema steps up to take the first one. And he's found the net.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
Hazard focusing on where he puts it. Coolly done, one each.
Always a little more pressure when you're trailing, but it didn't show.
So, the second man in line. Oh, what a save!
Oh, the keeper's done brilliantly to keep his eye on the ball and make such a great save.
Kroos is the man who's second in line. And he sticks it away.
Good penalty, completely wrong-footed the keeper.
Madrid in search of parity. Oh, it's saved, pretty much straight at him.
Oh, that was right down the keeper's throat, and it was an easy save to make in the end.
Madrid looking to extend their advantage. Great stop, keeper's denied him.
He was so focused there, fantastic save.
So this one to restore parity.
I thought he did really well to hold his nerve then and score that penalty.
He steps up to take the fourth penalty. Oh, good take, keeper committed himself.
How confident was that? Backed himself all the way.
Madrid must score here to stay in it. And scores to keep them alive.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
Courtois obliged to stop this to keep them alive. That's it! It is done! So in the end, heartbreak. A few of them inconsolable. But this is what footballing fate had stored up for them. It is nasty.
Ah, commiserations. The definition of penalty heartbreak. And part of the game that we find irresistible. Total emotional despair for them.
All that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to